Time doesn't heal everything. Sometimes it exposes what you try to ignore. It reveals the truth about people, about yourself, about what you really needed all along. Time showed me who stayed and who liked the idea of me. It showed me how much pain I created by refusing to let go. And it showed me that growth is a choice, not a miracle. You heal on purpose. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Epoxymaid That. How are you? I hope doing okay. And I want to thank you for showing up today. Today is Coasting Through the Week Coaster Wednesday. If you don't know what that is, and you might be new to my channel, it's a collaboration. We get together every Wednesday and we coast through the week in a coaster mold. Meaning we just design something using a coaster mold. When you finish my video here, if you'll go to my description box, there'll be a playlist located somewhere near the top. And if you'll click on that, you'll be able to view everyone else's video and see how they're coasting through the week as well. So please go check that out when you finish here. We put a lot of time and effort into some of these videos. So please go show everyone else a little bit of love today. I'm going to be doing one coaster, and the reason why is because last week I done the dragon scale, dragon skin or lizard skin, whatever, leather, whatever you thought it looked like. Some people came up with some great ideas. I myself didn't think of the leather one, but it did look a little bit like leather. But anyway, someone asked me to try that instead of backing it in black, to back it in white. I'm only going to do one to show what it will look like. Okay. I got the new one that I wanted by Mateo. It's Silence Forest. And I think it's more along the gold side. It has a gold tones in it. But let's not use that one for this. Let's pick out one of these. The Ocean Heart, the Galaxy, the Aurora, or the Rose Fairy. I think the Aurora or the Rose Fairy would be a great choice for this. So let's pick out one of those. And I want to pour one of my bottles that Jeannie got me in some Happy Mail. I have not poured those yet. And there's quite a few in here. So I picked one out. Let's pour that. They're kind of like shakers, and let's see what it looks like. Or that's what it said, it was a shaker. So I don't know. We're going to see what all that's about. And then I've halfway poured my little candy mold here. I like using these on different things. And I poured the little top of them already. So let's go ahead and finish those off too. Okay, I picked out this magenta. It's a pigment dye. And this is also a resin dye. And I did the lemon and the magenta for my little shaker here. Because if we use like an opaque color, then we won't be able to see the middle of the shaker. See that center there? That piece right there? That's where the shaker part. So if we do glitter or something that's opaque, then it's going to hide the center and we won't be able to see what's in the center. So that's why I chose transparent colors for that. I have our resin in the Resinartist Airless Pro Bubble Remover machine because we don't want any bubbles in here. So that's where it's at right now. It's almost finished. But I have this little mold right here. I thought I'd demold with you. It's just clear resin. It's nothing fancy in it. But it was my first time pouring it. I kind of gapped the back of it up, but it's just mine, so it didn't come out too shabby. Look at that. Just need to clean the back up a little bit. That is beautiful. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I'm thinking about making a pen out of it. Okay, I got my resin here. It is bubble free. So we're going to spritz some alcohol down in our mold here. Turn it upside down, get the excess out, and back around again. And let's go ahead and pour. Oh, I forgot to add some glitter to it. I don't know why I keep forgetting to do that, but I do. And I'm not filling this up. I'm just going to a certain... I think that'll work out perfectly. And we have enough resin to do what we want to do with, I think. I hope, anyway. Okay, we're looking good with that. So let me get a little bit of glitter. And I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit. Just like that. Okay, let's go ahead and mix this up, and it can be degassing while we're putting our Glad wrap on the coaster here. Do I have another yellow over there? That doesn't look very yellow, does it? Let me get some of my octopus ink. That's surely yellow. Get it stirred up. And then stir this up. That's the magenta. I will never buy this resin dye kit again. The yellow, I mean, I put 6 drops in there and it was hardly no yellow in it. Some of the colors are pretty, but some of them aren't. It's just not worth the money to me. Now I'm going to take my heat gun and I'm going to run it through here right quick. Pop any surface bubbles. Okay, I'm using Glad Press and Seal. That's what gives us that that print. Okay, I'm not going to worry about the bubbles so much because, yeah, I'm just going to leave them there because we can fill them in with the powder and it'll make them look like little pearls or little beads in your piece. So I'm not going to fret over them. And I know you can probably see them. We're just going to leave them alone. And I like to pull my paper up like this. It's just personal preference. I just like to pull it up like that. And then I take my little stick and bring it out. But you do not want your resin coming over the edges. Let me get you back out. You don't want your resin coming over the edge of your mold, because if you do that, you're going to have the most terrible cleanup ever when you pull this paper off. So do not let it go over the edge. There's a huge bubble right there, so I'm just going to reach in and spritz some alcohol in there to pop it. I'm okay with the small ones, but not the huge ones. Okay. Now I'm going to place it over on my other table and leave it be. And when it thickens up a little bit, I'm going to kind of give some little imprints in it. But not too much, because the more folds you make in it, when it cures, that paper is going to get stuck in those folds. So just do a little bit of the ripples, not much. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and spritz some alcohol in our little shaker mold here. Turn it upside down, get the excess out, and I'm going to spritz some in this cap and do the same thing. And then I'm going to put in some yellow, and then pink, whoops, and then some more yellow, and then I'm going to top it off with the pink. Okay, maybe top it off with the yellow. There we go. And then I'm going to put this pink in the lid because I think we have enough. To do the lid. Now I'm just going to do it in pink. I made a mess. Okay, now we've got a little bit left to fill my candies up. So I got these glitters out over here, and I'm going to put a little bit of this in that cup. And we're going to use, these glitters were gifted to me in Happy Mail. So we're going to use, let's try this one right here. I'm going to put it in this right here. Let's stir that up. And then I'm going to add let's do this gold. I might go with the red top that we have in there. Mix it with some of that. Because one of them, two of them are red and two are white. I want to add something else to this one. Let's do some of this Carnival by the Glitter Guy. Add some of that in there. Let's see what that looks like. I don't know. That wasn't too... That's not too pretty. Let's throw in some of this, looks like blueberry or something. It's not white. It's light blue. I don't know why I said blueberry. Let's throw some of that in there. Okay, we're looking better. We're looking better. Let's get some of this in there. Okay, we gotta stop there. I don't know what that's gonna look like. Okay, I'm gonna spritz some alcohol in my mold. And then I'm gonna fill up these ones that have the white in them. The white tops. Okay, now let's do these. Oh, I think those are going to be cute. That red and gold together. I love these little pieces of candy. And this is a mold that I made. It's got a little music note there. It's in clear resin. We'll demold it together too. It's ready, but I'm not going to pull it out. We'll do it all at the same time. Okay. I will meet you back for demold. Let's spritz a little bit of alcohol. And we are finished, my friends. See you later. Got our epoxy over here. And I just split it into 2 different cups. I'm not sure how much we'll need to fill our coaster. But we're going to use my T-Expert epoxy pigment paste in white. Because that's what my subscriber wanted to see. It done in white instead of black. So we're going to go ahead and mix that up in this cup right here and let it be degassing while we're pulling the paper off. And I just got a drop like that. You don't need to use a lot when you're using a pigment paste. So we're going to go ahead and get that stirred up in the resin. And then we'll go ahead and demold our pieces over here and pull our paper off while this is degassing. Now I'm going to stir it one more time after I scraped that stick. So we don't have any pigment paste that's not stirred up in the cup. Okay, that looks good. Now let's go ahead and take our paper off. So that looks good. We got a little bit that came out of it right there, but not too bad. So I'm just going to clip that extra right there that's hanging over. Okay, and there's a few bubbles right there that you see, but we're going to be filling them up with our powder here. And I'm going to use the Aurora. I decided on it. So let's go ahead and get that brushed inside our mold here. And I'm just filling all those bubbles up with this powder. And if you see a bubble that you can't really get to, then just take a tool and pop the bubble open to where you can get in there to it and fill it up with the powder. But all of these are pretty much opened, so I can get in there to them. That one's pretty deep right there, so that one's going to make a really interesting bubble or bead. But yeah, I'm making sure I get inside each of them. Now we're going to go ahead and give this a little bit of a stir. And then we're going to go ahead and pour. Okay, now I'm going to take my heat gun and I'm just going to run it through there, pop any surface bubbles. Okay, we're going to demold these right quick so I can pour this extra resin we have left over in these, and I can make some more. But that's all I'm going to make. And I did these a different way. I poured clear epoxy down first, and then I put my glitter behind it. So that turned out pretty cute. It's nice and subtle in case someone doesn't like, you know, all that glitter. You have to make something for everyone, right? Can't just make things that you like. So that goes with that. I think that turned out cute. We just got to draw the face on it. And then I made these. And I threw in, remember the blue glitter? I don't know if y'all remember it or not. I left some of the blue on it. That turned out really cute. Really cute. And those go with that. And then here's the Mickey Mouse. Oh, that's so cute. We're going to throw some paint on that. Probably red. And bring that out. That turned out really pretty. Or maybe we'll do white since that middle's white. I don't know. We'll have to see. And that turned out really cute. Okay, let's see how our candy turned out. Let's get our music note out first. I'll make that out of a pen. That turned out cute, didn't it? They're cute. Now this is the glitter we dumped in. I don't know how many colors. It actually turned out pretty cute. Look at that. Man, it's throwing off so many colors. Turned out really cute. I like it. Okay, now let's demold our bottle here. Now I might have to go run this under some water to get that big one out. We'll see. But that's our lid. Turned out really cute. Whoops, it fell. I found it. Turn my mold back the way it's supposed to go. There we go. Oh yeah, this is going to be easy to get off. And there's our bottle. It looks like a beaker. You know, in science class, the beakers. I love beakers. I have some of my own beakers that are glass. I love beakers. I was in advanced science classes in school, so I'm a little bit of a science nerd. That turned out cute. And you put the little top on it. Now we got to find something we can put inside that you'll be able to shake it and see it. What could we put in there? The only thing I know to put in there is some beads and some glitter. What do you think? Let's put some of these in there, maybe. I don't know if you'll be able to see them. Rather put those in there than glitter. I don't know. What do y'all think? What would you put inside the jars? Let me know what you would put inside of them. Turned out really cute, though. I don't know what I'm going to do with these. Y'all let me know y'all's thoughts. What would y'all do with these if y'all casted each one of the bottles? What would you do with them? And what would you put inside of them? And would you glue the lid on so that it couldn't come back off or what? Let me know. We also have these phones to demold that I made. Y'all know I love making my little phones. That turned out so pretty. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Now this glitter is from Recollections, and it's the extra fine blue raspberry. And it is so beautiful. I've used it several times, mixed it in with some glitters that I made, and it's beautiful. It's just beautiful by itself. It's a pretty glitter. And then I don't want to disturb the outline I made in that phone because it's kind of hard to do, so I'm going to be careful with that mold. Oh, that turned out cute. I did alcohol ink and a sinker white. I dropped that in first and I let that cure, and then I did a glitter on the back. So that turned out pretty cute. A little different. Now let's check. I don't think that one's... Is that one ready? Yeah. Oops. Now this one is the blue raspberry as well. But the only difference in this phone and this phone is I poured clear in first. See? See my clear layer? And then I poured a little bit of the glitter in the back. So that's why that one looks a little bit more subtle. And then this one is poured just all of the blue raspberry glitter by Recollections. So you get a little bit more subtle look this way versus this way. I love doing that with my glitters because you never know, you might get a really cool outcome by doing it different ways. Oh wow, now this is beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that neat? Now this is my new alcohol ink that I got. Green apple. My octopus green apple. Got it from Laura's Art Corner. And I put a little bit of my... trying to find it. My deep black. So it's got my green apple, deep black, and a little bit of sinker white. That turned out really pretty. And then here's my last one. That turned out cute. I did some little pink and blue swirls in it. And I let it cure. And then I poured the second layer with just the glitter. And this glitter is my Recollections Cherry Blossom. That's what's in the back of this one. It's really pretty glitter. Very pretty. And the pink and blue that I use to swirl in there is my golden high flow acrylic paint and my Baltic Day electric blue pigment paste. So that's what's in this one on the top, and some clear epoxy resin. And I just swirled it a little bit. I put a little bit on the end of my stick and just swirled it in the resin. Turned out pretty cute. So that's all of my cute little foams that I did. Now I gotta cutesy them up. Yep. Got to put the little shaker things in them, put my acetate sheet on there, cutesy them up, and dome them. Okay, let's go ahead and demold our coaster here and see what we got. I got some cleanup to do on the edge there. All right, you ready? And this is what it looks like with white behind it. And one of our bubbles got through. Right here, it didn't fill it up. So just drop in a top coat and it'll fill that one. But you see how the other ones just look like little beads? They filled up with the mica powder. I don't know how that one got flat and that one. That's odd. They usually look like little beads. I guess it's the way they were shaped. I don't know. But this is what we got. I've got some different sticker sets here that I pulled out. And I just wanted to show you what they might look like in here. You could do the holographic butterfly. That would be pretty. We could do this scripture right here. I have this set of stickers here, like mandalas. Or, this is my favorite. This might even be a good idea to make a set of coasters with this. This is a Victorian stickers, Victorian style. And these are the ones that are in here, which these big ones you couldn't use. See that Victorian bed? Isn't that beautiful? Check that out. That would be so cute in there, but it won't fit. And then there's a bookshelf, but it won't fit either. But these up here will fit. I'm going to drop you down just a little bit. Now these are the Victorian stickers. You could do this one in one coaster. Then you could do that in the other coaster. So now we're at 2 coasters. Coaster number 3. Isn't that beautiful? And coaster number 4. That would be a really cute coaster set with this white design. But I'm just going to put this one in there and let it go at that. It might be a good it might be a good piece to bring to the nursing home. And maybe someone is single and they just want a coaster for their cup. Just one. Or it could be a candle holder, a votive holder. Or it could be a little jewelry holder. So yeah, I'm just going to put that in there, resin it in there, and then that's going to be that. Okay, I've got some resin right here, and this is the Bondcrafter tabletop epoxy resin. And that's the tabletop epoxy is what you top coat things with. It's designed specifically for top coating. So I'm going to, we have a few little holes we need to fill in here, little pockets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spritz a little bit of alcohol down into the coaster here, and then I'm going to put a little bit of resin down. And I'm going to stop right there. And I'm going to take this tool right here, and I'm just going to run it down in those holes there and fill them up. Now we're going to take our sticker here, and I'm just going to peel it off. And I'm going to spritz it with some alcohol, and then flap it to get the excess off. And now we're going to place it down in there and get the air out from underneath it. And now we're going to pour some epoxy resin over it to make sure that we get it nice and covered. Here we go. Make sure it's lined up in there good. All right, now that's ready. I'm going to spritz my paper towel here with a little bit of alcohol. And I'm just going to go around these edges here and make sure that I didn't get any resin on my bubbles. I don't know if I had some on my glove or not. I don't think I did, but I want to be sure. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to put this on my table over there after we run this heat gun over it, pop any surface bubbles, and spritz some more alcohol. And now I'm going to put it over here on my other table and cover it. And I'll try to show you all at the end of the video. I'll try to hold that coaster up in some light so that you can see the aurora. You can see it. Just because it's white doesn't mean you cannot see that chameleon color in that coaster, because you can see it. It throws off some different colors. So I'll try to show that and try to showcase it so that you can see it. I don't know if I'll be able to or not, but I'll give it a shot. Okay, real quickly, we're just going to pour some resin in here and let it get to a sticky state before we lay our inlays down. And we're going to do this in reverse to show you what it will look like. So I'm going to spritz some alcohol in my mold. I've got my resin right here, and I'm going to tint it with this blue resin dye. I don't want it dark, so I think I'm just going to do 2 drops. And a little bit of a glitter. Don't worry, this glitter does not have a color to it. It just appears that way. I mean, it does, but not in small quantities, if that makes sense. Okay. I'm going to go run this through my Airless Pro Bubble Remover machine, and I'll be back. Okay, I got my resin out of the debubbler, so we're going to go ahead and pour. Okay, let's use my Glitter Guys Nimbus glitter. It's beautiful. And we're going to, oops, I had some glitter on that and it got in there. There was some glitter somewhere back there. I don't know where it was at. I thought it was on this spoon, but I don't think it was. Oh, I see what happened. I put the wrong top on this container. Watch. You see that pink glitter? That's a laser pink glitter. And that is not what is in this Nimbus. And it's all around the lid. Let me clean it off right quick. A little bit of this Nimbus in there. Okay. And I'm going to take my stick here and I'm just going to move that glitter around. Now I'm going to use my heat gun and pop any surface bubbles. And then we'll let that resin get sticky and then put our inlays down. Okay, now we're going to put our inlays down. And I went ahead and let that resin fully cure. So I took a little bit of resin right here and I dipped it from my cup here with this little stick, and I just poured it on there until I had enough. So all this is wet. Let me get you down. See there? That's wet resin. But our inlays can't sink to the bottom because that resin is cured. So it's okay to do it like this if you miss that window where you need to lay it down while it's tacky. And I missed that window. So I poured a little bit of resin on there. No big deal. It's going to work the same way. Now we're going to lay these down, and I'm going to, instead of placing them with the crushed glass facing up, we're going to place them with the crushed glass facing down this time. Everything's going to be in reverse from last time. And now I'm going to take my my silicone tipped stick here, and I'm going to push them down a little bit because they can't go anywhere, and get the bubbles out from underneath them. Now I'm going to take my heat gun and I'm going to run it through there a little bit, pop some of those surface bubbles. Now I'm going to spritz some alcohol, and then I'll meet you back when it's time to pull them off. See you later. Our inlays are ready to be pulled off because the resin is fully cured. So let's go ahead and peel them off and see what we got. I'm going to put it down here, and I'm going to put you down so you can see. And we'll start with this one, I guess. I'm going to get something that can lift it for me. I'll use this right here. And we'll just peel it off. And keep going. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? All right, I'm getting them out so far. There's that one. Let's grab this one while we're over here. Well, I ripped that one a little bit. There we go. We'll take these little clippers here and we'll clip that flap off right there. Here we go. Now we're going to move around here to this one. Peel it off. There it is. That looks so beautiful. So sparkly. Now are y'all ready to take it out of the mold and have a look-see at it? It sure doesn't look like it's got a lick of blue in it, I tell you. Maybe it just looks like that because it's in the mold. Yeah, it is blue. When I'm doing this mold right here, I don't like to color it really dark. I don't know why. I done it last year too. And I distinctly remember the colors I done it. It was like an ombre color. And it was really pretty. Okay, are y'all ready? Let's turn it over and see. Oh my word. Stop it. Stop it. That is one beautiful, beautiful star. That is gorgeous. Wow. I absolutely love that. Yes, I like this a lot better than doing it from the front. Now, I do like this way too. Let me get you back out a little bit. I'm not going to pull you all the way out, but I'm going to get you out a little bit. About right there. Okay, so we can have a look. What I like about, if I can get it off the table, what I like about this one that we done first is it reminds me of a little bit of shattered glass. You know, because we had to pull the inlays out. And it just looks shattered. And to me, that's beautiful because even broken things are still functional. You know, that's what that says to me. So, there's a little bit of a piece I didn't get off of it. Right there. There we go. And then there's this one that just speaks flawlessness to me. This is one gorgeous star, my friends. So let me know in the comment section below which star do you like the best and why. And if you say both, let me know why you like them both. And I will take it outside so you can have a look at it there as well. And here is the main event. When I turn it to the side, you can see the aurora colors reflecting. You see them? It's giving off to me a little bit of green, a little bit of pastel green. When I turn it, I don't know if y'all can see it. Like an abalone shell type color. It's really pretty. So you do still get the effect in the white coasters. And you really get it when you're holding the piece. Through the camera, you don't see it all that well. But it's really beautiful. It is. And white to me is just gorgeous. Absolutely stunning. I love the color white, but I won't wear the color white. I don't know why, I'm funny like that. So I finished that, and then I finished our shakers. They are completely dry. And that one says, I love you. And it's got Hello Kitty on the buttons, and she's a diamond Hello Kitty inside. So that turned out really cute. Here's this one. It's got a peace sign inside with some little sprinkles and bubbles on the outside. And if your glue gets on your facing outside, leave it alone. Don't try to wipe it off. Put something on top of that glue that'll stick and stay there, and just build it in to wherever, what little trinket you put on your piece. And this one, it reminds me of like camouflage, like a camouflage piece. It's really pretty. It came out very unique, very unique. And I finished 2 more toppers, straw toppers. This is my favorite out of all of them because of the way it turned out. And if you'll use oil-based paint to paint your resin pieces, you have to be patient with it though, because it does take a little while for it to dry, but it will give you the most stunning piece you've ever seen. And I use the oil-based paints that you paint modeled cars with. And Testers is the brand that I use. Try it. Give it a try and tell me what you think. And then here's my Mickey Mouse. I still have to clean my Mickey Mouse off. You can't really see the glitter. Let me see if it's ready, and I'll show you. Let's just take one little swipe. See how that glitter's really dancing around now? I just didn't know if it was ready to be cleaned off yet or not. Isn't that pretty? My Mickey Mouse. It's pretty Mickey. And these also stand up too. Like if you want to if you sell things and you want to put them in your shop, they stand up. But how I sell mine, I'll show you how I package mine up. I think it's really cute. Okay. I'll show you right quick how I package mine up. Now, I get these straws. They're reusable straws from my local grocery store. It's called Brookshire's. I don't know if you have one of those or not. But that's where I got these from. I'm sure you could find them anywhere. But they don't cave in when you push it. It's really hard. And I take that and I match it up with whatever my straw topper looks like. So this is red. So I'll just go through there like that. And then I get these little baggies right here for popsicles that they sell. They're really cheap. And then I take it and I put my little straw in there and my little topper. And then I get my little topper down to about right there, or it's going to fall anyway. And then I get these little thank you tags from Hobby Lobby. They're only 98 cents or 99 cents. And they sell all different kinds. And then I take one of those. And on the end of it right there, I just take this and I twist it like that a few times around. And now it seals it on there. And then there it is. Isn't that cute? And sometimes I'll lay some of them in my booth like that. And then I have this little pretty cup. And I pack some of them in that cup, you know, to keep it from being messy. So here they are. And sometimes these are a little bit too big for the smaller bags. So I just move up a size in the bag and just tie it the same way. But let me know what you would sell these for where you live at. I would love, love, love to know what you would sell these for. And then in my next video, I'll tell you what I sell them for. How about that? All right, well, it's been fun, my friends. We've got quite a bit of a selection here today, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for letting me be part of your day and hanging out with me for a bit. I really, really appreciate it, my friend. And don't forget to go look in my description box, and you'll see a playlist in there that says Coasting Through the Week. If you'll click that, then it'll open up all the others, and you can check out how they're coasting through the week. And it's about that time, my friends, for a sweet goodbye. And I will see you in the next video. God bless you. Goodbye, my friends.